Everyone has heard the same story. Start a company, build the next Apple, sell it for billions, become rich. It sounds like the only path to wealth, but here's something strange. Most millionaires never start a company. They don't invent the next iPhone. They don't pitch investors. They don't appear on magazine covers. In fact, many avoid entrepreneurship completely, because while entrepreneurship creates some of the richest people on earth, it also creates countless failures. For every billionaire founder, thousands lose everything. So why do most millionaires choose a completely different path? What do they know that everyone else ignores? And why is the internet obsessed with starting businesses? While the wealthy quietly build fortunes another way, today, we're uncovering one of the biggest myths in personal finance. And by the end of this video, you may completely rethink what it means to become wealthy. Level 1. The myth of the entrepreneur. The media loves extraordinary stories. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and Mark Zuckerberg, these names dominate headlines. They make entrepreneurship look like the default road to riches. But that's survivorship bias. We only see the winners, not the millions who failed. Imagine watching a lottery winner on television. Would you assume buying lottery tickets is the smartest investment? Of course not. Yet people make that exact mistake with entrepreneurship. Research has consistently found that many millionaires built wealth through careers, disciplined saving, investing, and long-term ownership, not by founding high-growth companies. Why? Because becoming wealthy and becoming famous are completely different goals. The entrepreneur seeks explosive growth. The millionaire seeks financial freedom. Those are not the same game. One rewards massive risk. The other rewards consistency. Think about a senior engineer, a surgeon, a corporate executive, a lawyer, an airline captain. Over decades, they earn high incomes. They invest consistently. Their assets compound. Eventually, they're millionaires. No viral startup required. The public simply doesn't notice them. Quiet wealth rarely makes headlines. Level 2. The risk nobody talks about. Starting a company sounds exciting. Reality is much harsher. Most businesses never become highly profitable. Many never survive beyond their first few years. Even successful businesses often demand years of sacrifice. Long nights, financial stress, uncertainty, missed family events, constant pressure. Entrepreneurship isn't just a job, it's emotional warfare. Every decision matters. One bad hire, one recession, one supply chain problem, everything changes. Look back at history. During economic downturns, thousands of businesses disappear. Restaurants, retail stores, construction firms, and technology startups. Meanwhile, many professionals continue receiving salaries. Their investments may temporarily fall, but their income continues. They keep buying assets while prices are low. Ironically, market crashes often help disciplined investors. Business owners frequently experience the opposite. Cash flow dries up, customers disappear, loans become difficult. The entrepreneur is fighting for survival. The investor is shopping for bargains. That's why risk matters, not because entrepreneurship is bad, but because concentration risk is enormous. If your salary depends on one company, that's risk. If your entire wealth also depends on that same company, that's even bigger risk. Many wealthy individuals intentionally diversify. Different investments, different industries, different income streams. Because wealth isn't only about making money, it's about protecting it. Level 3. The real engine of wealth. Here's where things become interesting. Income creates opportunity. Assets create wealth. That difference changes everything. Imagine two people. The first earns £250,000 every year, but spends nearly everything. The second earns £90,000. They invest 30% every year. Who becomes wealthier? Given enough time, often the second person. Because income is temporary, ownership is permanent. Millionaires understand this. They don't chase luxury first, they chase assets, shares, property, index funds, retirement accounts, private investments, businesses they didn't build themselves. That's the overlooked part. You don't have to create a company to own companies. Every share purchased represents ownership. When global businesses grow, shareholders benefit. You sleep. The companies continue working. Employees continue producing. Customers continue buying. Profits continue flowing. Ownership separates time from income. That's why compounding has been called one of the most powerful forces in finance. Returns generate more returns, which generate even more returns. At first, progress feels invisible. Then something remarkable happens. Growth accelerates. The snowball becomes an avalanche. This isn't exciting. It isn't glamorous, but it has quietly produced millions of millionaires. Level 4. The psychology of quiet millionaires. Here's something fascinating. Many millionaires don't look wealthy. No supercars, no designer clothes, no private jets. Instead, reliable cars, modest homes, simple lifestyles. Why? Because appearance and wealth often move in opposite directions. Every pound spent on status is a pound that can no longer compound. The wealthy understand delayed gratification. They ask different questions. Instead of, "What can I afford?" they ask, "What will this cost me in future wealth? Spend 50,000 pounds today, or invest it for decades?" The decision isn't about the money. It's about the opportunity cost. This mindset separates consumers from investors. Consumers buy liabilities. Investors buy assets. Thomas Stanley's research in The Millionaire Next Door popularized this idea. Many affluent households accumulated wealth not by earning the highest incomes, but by consistently living below their means and investing the difference. Quiet discipline beats loud consumption. Again and again and again. This isn't because wealthy people never enjoy life. It's because they understand timing. Luxury purchased after financial independence feels very different from luxury financed by debt. One reflects freedom. The other reflects obligation. Level 5. When entrepreneurship does make sense. Now here's the twist. None of this means starting a business is a bad idea. Far from it. Entrepreneurship remains one of the fastest ways to build extraordinary wealth. But notice the word. Extraordinary. Not guaranteed. Founders accept enormous risk because the upside can be enormous. A successful software company can scale globally. A product can sell millions of copies. A platform can serve billions of users. That's how fortunes are created. But here's what many successful founders do after making money. They stop concentrating their wealth. Jeff Bezos sold portions of his Amazon shares over time. Many founders diversify into property, funds, philanthropy, or other businesses. Even entrepreneurs eventually become investors, because protecting wealth requires different skills than creating it. The smartest financial strategy often isn't choosing between employment and entrepreneurship. It's understanding your personality. Some people thrive under uncertainty. Others excel inside large organizations. Some love building systems. Others love managing investments. There isn't one correct path. There are many. The common denominator isn't entrepreneurship, it's ownership, whether you own your own company or own shares in thousands of companies. Ownership is what changes your financial future. Conclusion. The internet sells a seductive dream. Quit your job, launch a startup, become a billionaire. Reality is more nuanced. Most millionaires never build unicorn companies. Many never become entrepreneurs at all. Instead, they master habits that rarely go viral. They earn, they save, they invest, they compound year after year, decade after decade. The world celebrates spectacular success, but wealth is usually built through ordinary decisions repeated consistently. Because becoming rich isn't always about taking the biggest risk. Sometimes, it's about avoiding unnecessary ones. The next time someone tells you the only path to wealth is starting a company, remember this. The goal isn't to become a founder. The goal is to become an owner. Own productive assets. Own your financial decisions. Own your future. Because in the long run, the people who consistently own often outperform the people who simply dream. And that may be the biggest wealth secret almost nobody talks about.